Well, I think we'll start. I want to be respectful of everyone's time. So let's begin. Okay. After you.
Okay, well, welcome everybody. I'm super excited to see so many familiar faces here and students, high school students representing so many communities and schools. So this is our first informational meeting about the trip. We're actually starting these meetings earlier than in prior years because we learned that families have lots of questions. So we're here to answer and, students in the room, you should know it's one of several meetings. There will be at least one meeting just for you where it will be more to prepare you for the program. Right now, we're going to focus on the basics, the overview, timing, goals, details, areas of concerns, and then we'll open it for Q&A, and you can ask us any questions that you'd like. So, very brief word about our team. Sash, why don't you go since you're on the line?
Hi, everyone. You have all received at least one email or phone call from me. It was so nice to get to know your students. My name is Sasha. I have been with the network now for 9 years. A big focus of what I do now is bring you to Israel and organize trips and logistics and all of that fun stuff. So I'm really excited for this trip for you guys.
And Sasha is great. She's always on the line. She's always there to respond to all of your questions. And I'm so grateful to have her as my partner in this trip. So I'm Valerie Height, and I'm the Chief External Officer. I'm on the senior management team of the organization. I've known some of your kids since they were like really small, kindergarten. It's really, really special to see them in high school right now. I've been with the organization for 12 years. I've been doing all of our trips starting with 2017. I'm usually on the ground with the group. I don't run those trips directly, but I oversee and make sure that everything goes smoothly. And I'm responsible for your kids, for better or worse, hopefully for better. Knock on wood, every trip has been good so far. Because it's so late in Israel, I'm going to introduce two very important people. Anat Einstein is our colleague and friend, and she runs our Israel office. She's been with the organization also for 8 or 9 years. I lost count. She knows everything about every cool, great place in Israel. She knows how to organize trips. She knows everything about the security in Israel, and she's absolutely phenomenal. And I will also introduce Arbel Einstein, who is going to be our madricha, okay, counselor. So madricha is a Hebrew word for counselor for those who know. So Arbel has been a participant in the program for 2 summers. She's Israeli. She speaks English, so don't worry, you'll be able to communicate with her. Last summer, she was an assistant madricha, overseeing the program with another person. This year, she took a gap year. She graduated. She's 19 years old. She graduated from high school, and like so many Israelis, they either go to army or they take a gap year and they go to a place called Mechina, which is like a prep camp where she essentially got a boot camp to do a lot of volunteer work as well as to work with groups. So in addition to having firsthand experience of working with us, she's going to be the lead counselor on this trip. She's close to age in with the participants. She's also very responsible, and she's going to have support staff with her as well, who are graduates of Ben Shem Youth Village and who are in their late teen years, early 20s, who live in the village and who know everything inside out. So the goals of the trip are right here. I will tell you that our ultimate goal, if you have never been to Israel or you've been to Israel, we want you to be in love with Israel and its people. We want you to understand that Israel is a democracy like the United States. There are people of all backgrounds in Israel. And we want you to become better adults by understanding different cultures, understanding the complexities, and making friends for life. And I can guarantee you that you're going to do that with other teens in the program as well as with the Israelis in Ben Shemen. You will leave this summer with friends that you will keep up with for years to come, guaranteed. Okay, we're going to show you a quick video. It's like under 2 minutes, and it will really give you a sense of the program so that Sasha and I don't just talk. So take a minute to look. Sound, Sasha, make sure you have sound. No sound. Share sound. You have to start sharing with the sound.
Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Okay. Sound?
Give it another try or
I'm sorry, guys. Technology is not my friend right now. Sorry. Hold on. It should work. Where is it? I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time. If it doesn't
okay,
work,
one more time. If not,
I got it. Yeah.
okay.
Sorry, guys.
Hi, my name is Kaya. I went to HLA in Brooklyn, and it's been 4 years since I graduated.
And then Friday or Thursday, we have the musical day.
I want to be a teacher, so this experience is kind of helpful because I'm working with Palma, so I get to work with kids every day, and it helps me really decide if this is something that I want to do for the rest of my life versus not having the experience of ever being in a classroom other than being the student. In the afternoon after school, we got to go to the hydroponic garden and work with the plants there. A lot of it is just making sure that the water is running properly to get to all the plants.
Hi, I'm Brenda. I am from Agamemnon Classical Academy from Minnesota. This summer experience in Ben Shemen is important for me because I got to experience what I learned in the classroom. We went to an Arab village and we got to play a game with the teenagers to learn more about their culture, their food. So that's really important for me to expand my knowledge and my mindset.
Everybody say, what's your favorite book?
My name is Daniela Pickman. I'm 17 years old. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I graduated HLA in 2019. Seeing the kids learn English, seeing the smiles on their faces when you walk into the room, it's truly amazing.
I feel like through this trip, we really got to understand Israel as a whole. One day, we were literally herding goats on a biblical landscape and learning how Israelis lived in the ancient times. To the very next day, we were sitting in a startup's office, learning about how Israeli technology is currently changing the world.
Trying to create something out of nothing and make it a global phenomenon.
I feel like this Israel trip this year is important because you get to learn about different cultures, food, and you get to express your knowledge in a way that you probably wouldn't think you would.
These experiences in Israel are important because you get to learn a lot more about the culture, especially from the people who live here every day and their own personal point of views.
I really think that this experience of really communicating with these Israelis and with all the people around me is very important and will definitely help me in my college career.
Okay, guys, so this is just a glimpse. This is a video of 2 years ago, we didn't have a video person last year. Hopefully this year we'll have videos. So just a couple of points. The program changes. We don't have all of the details on the program yet. So we are going to share the itinerary with you closer to the program. And in terms of this kid, so the girl Brenda, whom you've seen in the video, this coming year will be her 5th time going to Israel. She lives in Minneapolis, and she is one of the best advocates for Israel that we have ever met. We couldn't be prouder. So this year she's not returning to Ben Shemen. She graduated. She's in college. She's going to Tel Aviv University research program with 2 other alumni of this program, because that's like the next step after this program that many of our kids are participating in. Okay, Sash.
Okay, I need to figure out how to unmute. So when is it? So I made sure to confirm with all of you that you are available to travel June 26th to July 10th. We will be flying and landing the early morning of June 27th in Israel. We are leaving Israel July 10th, arriving in the States by July 11th, usually early morning. Okay, we'll talk more about travel and specifics in the next slide. So we have a few travel options, and honestly, this is very dependent on the cost. Everything I say moving forward, please note that we plan to move rather quickly to book tickets, get paperwork, and kind of get you guys all ready and set to go on this trip. So as mentioned before, we have East Coast participants, New York, New Jersey, Florida, Pennsylvania, West Coast, California, and Minnesota. We're all meeting together in Tel Aviv. So for the East Coasters, we, again, depending on price, we're either flying direct to Tel Aviv from JFK or Newark. For West Coast, we have a couple of options. The first option is to fly directly to Tel Aviv from LAX. The second option is to leave from LAX, meet the East Coast crew in JFK or Newark, and then from there fly to Tel Aviv together. And for our Minnesota folk, the plan is to leave from St. Paul International Airport and meet the East Coast group at either JFK or Newark and fly together from Tel Aviv. So I do just want to point out, again, we want to move at a pretty rapid pace to solidify tickets and make sure that everything is set. So early next week, you'll all receive information from me about next steps, and I will mention what to do about flights. So Hebrew Public can and plans to book everyone's travel together for a specific amount of family contribution towards the trip. That probably doesn't make much sense. Let me explain. So in your acceptance letter, you will say, you're amazing, you're wonderful, we're looking forward to this trip. This is your family contribution towards the trip with the flight included. I will then ask you if you would like to purchase your child's ticket on your own. If yes, the total family contribution towards this trip will reflect you purchasing that ticket on your own for your child. Okay? So the first email will have the option assuming that Hebrew Public is buying that ticket for your student, for your child. If you wish to purchase your child's ticket on your own, their total family contribution will be reflective of that. I will give you the details of when we plan on flying and landing so we can coordinate together. But again, this is a case-by-case basis. Whatever your family prefers, we're happy to work with you. And if you have any questions, one-offs, we can address everything at the end. Okay? Okay. What will we do? So a big part of this trip is volunteering and giving back to Ben Shemen, giving back to the community, giving back to Israel. As you saw in the video, in Chaya, she was talking about the hydroponic garden, herding goats and animals. We will be teaching English with Talma educators to at-risk youth at Ben Shemen. Because Ben Shemen is so centrally located in Israel, we'll be taking a lot of day trips, visiting Jerusalem, Negev Desert, Tel Aviv. Hopefully we'll have some exciting things in store once we get a little bit closer to the departure date. We'll have more information on itinerary. Last
Let
but
me just add one thing,
yes,
one thing.
yes,
So one thing that we do every year, which is very important, as you all probably know, Israel is a startup nation. So every year we organize meetings for our participants with leaders in Israel business and technology. We either go to their offices or we would meet at a central location. And those teens who are hopefully will be applying to college soon can learn from the best about some of the startup spirit of Israel and how some of the most successful people have made themselves to where they are right now. One of the people that you have seen in the video is Shaul Olmert. He is prior Prime Minister Ehud Olmert's son, and he's one of our great friends. He has several startups. Actually, he was the one who started BuzzFeed, so he usually comes and talks to you guys as well as other people, depending on their availability. So it's a really cool day that we always try to include in the program, no matter what.
awesome. In addition to all of that wonderful stuff, we will be connecting you to Israel on a level you've probably never experienced before, meeting Israelis, understanding who and what makes Israel, Israel, the history, the culture, and again, the startup nation. I know many of these friends I spoke to are interested in tech and sciences and business, and I think this would be a wonderful opportunity to explore your options and expose you to all the wonderful things Israel and its people has to offer.
Can I ask a quick question? Are you going as a chaperone?
I wish I could. Unfortunately, my children are a little too young to leave them for 2 weeks, so I will not be going on this trip.
Okay. How many people are going, I guess, as chaperones for this?
So as a chaperone on the flight, those who are flying, I'm flying with the kids, okay? In the village itself, there will be 3 people, except for me, who are with the kids 24/7, who live in the village. I am going to be living on the premises at the village and available as needed. And Anat Einstein is going to be visiting the village every single day. Okay, we're going to get to the security. So to answer your question, there will be 3 chaperones daily with the children. Well, sorry, they're actually not children, they're teenagers, and they're coming to teach, so I have to correct myself there. So. We also have 8th grade trip, and there the ratio is higher. So
Okay.
okay, so where will we live? We'll show you a short video of what the rooms look like. Some of you I know have been to Ben Shemen already. Those who haven't been, imagine it's like a summer camp essentially. It's secure. It's all fancy. You can't get in without passing security points. It's closed up. They have, there is a dining room that is open to everybody. There is auditorium, and we live in the houses like this one in the picture. And we have what we call a moadon, which in English, it's like, it's a common room. So there will be a dining hall where they will be going and eating. I don't know if we're touching it later, so I will tell you. So there will be meals 3 times a day. There is a breakfast. It's an Israeli breakfast, so there is always salad, there are yogurts, there is cereal, there is cottage cheese, there is tea, hot chocolate, coffee, bread, of course. There is lunch. Lunch has, I'm looking at my daughter who is also going, and she knows. Maybe you want to say what's for lunch?
It's different every time. I mean, sometimes it's similar, but it's kind of different every time.
And what do they serve?
I don't remember very well.
Okay.
I mean, it's like chicken. They also always have vegetarian options, almost always, so it's great.
Rice, chicken, sometimes fish, always lots of vegetables because it's Israel. And then you have dinner, and it's very similar to lunch, burakas. So not every day, but you have burakas. You're not going to go hungry. You also have to understand it's a youth village. It's like a camp. So it's not going to be a 5-star gourmet restaurant. So they are not serving sushi there. You're not going to go hungry, but and so there is one thing that is not there. There aren't too many desserts. If you want something sweet and extra, there is a small store. It's called Makolet. It's a small like store in Hebrew where you can go in and you can buy yourself ice cream, you can buy yourself candy and anything else. Yeah.
They have great slushies. It's kind of like a deli.
Great. Thank you, Sonia. Great. So Saf, can you turn on the video so we can see the rooms? Okay, so this is our common room. In addition to the dining room, we have our own kitchen, and we always store additional food for the kids. So the favorite of all is karyot. Karyot is Israeli cereal, which is like, pillow puffs with chocolate. And so we always have that. We have yogurts, we have cottage cheese, we have juice, we have soda. So if anybody goes hungry in between meals, then there is also food there and fruit. And Gibbon, who will be joining us again and was with us last year, confirms that the slushes are amazing, in case everybody is wondering about that. This is a room. Okay, somebody's master room. We taped it when we were looking at the space. So 3-4 people in the room. Everybody has a bed. Everybody has a little closet, and then you have the restroom. So it's really nicely done. It's separated. You have the toilet. You have the shower, and 2 people can be separately and not seeing each other. We are giving everything, blankets, pillows, towels. You will get, the packing list, right? But all of the basics are, of course, there. So the other thing about the room, once you get there, of course, everything is going to be cleaned. But one of the goals of this program is for the teens to learn how to be responsible for themselves. So they're responsible to throw out garbage by themselves, and then we clean the room. And especially on Friday before Shabbat, we have 2 hours of time when everybody is cleaning the rooms, as well as the common space. Like that's important to understand. This is not a sightseeing trip to Israel. This is a volunteer trip where one of the goals is for you to learn to be independent, for you to be with other teens, with Israeli teens a lot, learn from them because they're super independent at the same age as the American teens are. And there will be certain things that will tell you to do, like your room cannot be like dirty. We'll tell you that you have to clean up for yourself, or we'll make sure that you guys do it in a nice way. Okay, so I kind of got into it in terms of expectations. You could hear me. So one thing that is big, we're going to be on time. It's important, especially you are going to be teaching English to middle school kids who are going to be looking up to you. You're going to be a model, you're going to be an example, you're going to be their dream because you are an American teen that they always wanted to meet. So you have to remember that you come there to be a leader, to be an example. So you have to be on time. You have to be professional. That doesn't mean that you're wearing suits every day, but you also can't come like, in a tiny tank top or like very short shorts, right? Like you have to be representable. You have to show respect so that they give you respect in return, right? You have to represent, again, like you're representing those who are graduates of Hebrew public schools, you're representing us, the schools, you're representing the United States of America, and you want to bring the best. You have to participate in all of the activities, okay? We're not gonna force you to do something that you hate, but you have to understand that you come in a group, right? So every evening, every afternoon, right after the workshops, we will get together for reflections, for a session. You have to participate. You have to participate in the way that you feel comfortable, but there is no such thing, oh, I do not want to come. You definitely are expected to be there unless, God forbid, you're not feeling well. We're asking you to journal every single day. We're not gonna that's not something that we will check, but we will encourage that you write down a few things about what you learned today, and you are going to have a final project. We're not going to go into those details right now. Once we do a session for the teens, there will be pre-work, there will be work while you're at Ben Shemen, And there may be something after. It's not going to be anything like, too complicated or anything like that. The goal will be for you to take the maximum out of this experience. So by writing, learning, preparing something, we hope that you'll do it. And the other things that we'll be doing, and again, we'll speak more about it, we'll be there over July 4th weekend, and this is when we're going to be representing the United States. Ben Shemen Youth Village throws this big party every July 4th. It's a very Israeli party. They usually misspell something all the time. And we come in with our activities, with teaching kids in the classrooms about July 4th. So you'll have an important role playing there. Safety. Okay, so I know this is a big concern for all of the families. And it's ceasefire. We really hope that at the time that we go, it's going to be completely safe. So first, I'm going to tell you, like, this is our top priority. If God forbid the situation is not favorable for traveling to Israel, we're going to cancel. We are going to be returning all of the money if we are canceling the trip due to the security reasons, right? And we simply will not go if the situation is not going to be secure. That being said, if the situation is okay, right, we will be going to Israel, and we have several aspects of security. First, like every day when we start the day, we check, with our resources to make sure that everything is okay and safe. We will only do the trips to the areas that are secure. So those students who have been with us last year, they missed out on a lot of things, I'll be honest, right? Because we went early July, right before everybody was expecting that Lebanon war could break out. We still went because we knew we have enough inside channels to know that that period of time should be okay, right? But we didn't do a lot of things. We went to Jerusalem. We didn't go into the old city because it was not safe. We didn't go to northern Israel. We went to the desert. We went to Tel Aviv. We went to Jerusalem, but not to the old city. We still did a lot, but where it was safe. It's going to be the same this year, right? And it may be that we're going to give you the itinerary, which says that we're going to Jerusalem on Tuesday, Tel Aviv on Wednesday, and we're going to change it on the ground because of security precautions. Okay, like that is happening all the time when you are in Israel. So that's one. Two, on-site security. I told you Ben Shemen is a secure village. They have security on site. It's locked, and you cannot enter or exit the village without knowing the codes. So that place is very secure. There are, as I said, regular situation updates. Okay, I'm going to jump to the worst case scenario, right? Let's, God forbid, something happens when teens are in Israel. If God forbid something happens, which never happened, we have backup scenarios. We have, fortunately, enough of the resources and connections that God forbid something happens, there is always a charter flight which gets out Americans first. So either that or there are alternative ways to exit through Jordan, and we're always in touch with security experts on that. So that's a worst case scenario, God forbid something happens. We also prepare the students if they hear a siren or if something happens, how to behave. Depending on the situation in Israel, right? We will at minimum give a very serious talk about security on day one. They'll listen to what the siren sounds like. We may also test with them how to run into shelter. In Israel, you're required to have shelters either in the building where you live or in a close proximity, so it will not take you more than like 1 minute or something to run there. Last summer, we tested several times. So you guys have to be prepared. 90% that you will never have to do it, but we are over preparing you, and in a way we're like maybe over scaring you a little bit, just so that you understand how serious it is, that it's not taken lightly. If something seems suspicious to you, if you hear a suspicious sound, like you know what to do in that situation. And of course, all of the adults around you will know what to do as well. So again, like top priority, happy to speak more about it. There will be time for questions, but hoping that it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful summer with absolutely no incidents. Okay, so this is just one thing about family communication. Again, like it's still early, but we want you to know, like we're always on WhatsApp. You guys, there will be groups. There will be two groups, which will open up earlier. There will be a family group for parents. Only a couple of us there to moderate, and we try not to get involved because you guys start talking and we don't follow and we don't want to follow, and you keep using it for months to come afterwards. And the parent group is where you're going to get updates from us all the time. We landed, we're going here, we're going there. Teens, I will be taking lots of pictures when I'm there. Our Belle will be taking a lot of pictures. Anat will be taking a lot of. So you will hate us for how many pictures we're taking. We will do that so that we can send them back to your parents in case you don't do that. Your kids will have phones. The phones are working there. We'll closer to the day, we can talk about, SIM cards and all of that stuff, but you'll hear from us every single day before you wake up, when you sleep, and we'll be available 24/7 for you. Sash, you want to go over that?
Yes. So, medical considerations. So, I just want to say thank you to all the parents for entrusting us with your children overseas for 2 weeks. To mimic what Valerie said, we do not take this lightly. Our job, first and foremost, is to keep everyone safe. So, when it's time to complete paperwork, we want to be as detailed as possible. For anyone with asthma, as you know, Israel is a dry place, right? So sometimes our asthma can kick in. We need to be as prepared for everything as possible. If your kid takes any medication or vitamins or anything in between, we must know to ensure that we are ready from when we get on that plane until your child gets home 2 weeks later. There will be traveling, we will be learning, we will be doing lots of physical things. So really, it's just for us to be prepared for the God forbid situation. Open lines of communication. We are here for you. We are here to support your children. So we need all of this information as soon as possible. Part of the forms that you will be completing, there's a section that needs to be completed by the doctor. We just want to make sure that everyone is cleared to go spend 2 weeks in the desert. If you have any dietary restrictions, we will do anything we can to accommodate your child. Again, this is to be the most fulfilling experience ever. So, all considerations will be considered, and I will have all this information to you by early next week. So, medical considerations, super, super, super important. Excuse me. So, for everyone I spoke to, I did mention that I strongly encouraged all of my participants to begin interacting with one another. Val mentioned that we will start a WhatsApp group sooner than later to start building relationships and building connections between everyone coming. So we have friends from New York, New Jersey, California, Pennsylvania, Florida, and Minnesota all coming together in Israel. It's amazing. So this is just an opportunity. Again, no pressure, only if you would like, just to take yourself off mute and put on your camera, say, hello, my name is, and this is where I'm traveling from. If you'd like to add anything else, it's encouraged. So I guess, do you want to start? You're on mute, yeah.
Okay.
Hello, and
Hi, my name is Sonia. I used to go to HLA in Brooklyn.
and it's going to be your second summer, so
It's gonna
tell
be my
me.
second summer. I'm really excited. I can't wait. Yeah.
Thank you, Sonia. Jesse, I'm looking right at you.
Hi, my name is Jesse. I went to HLA when I was in elementary school, or that age, and now in Florida.
Welcome, Jesse.
Summer.
Awesome. Daniel?
Hi, my name is Daniel. I never went to HLA, but I've been to Israel 2 times and I visited Ben Shemen, so I'm excited to go back there.
Amazing. Thank you. I'm not sure. Kalman, are you still here? Hey, oh, bye, Kalman. Hey.
I'm here. I went to Harlem Hebrew. I'm in 11th grade. This is my second trip with Hebrew Public because I did the capstone trip. I'm very excited.
In 8th grade.
Me.
Amazing.
Alman, love seeing you.
Hi, Kaya.
Hi, I'm Kaya. I went to Hatikva.
Amazing. Joining us from New Jersey. Woo. Are Victoria or Elizabeth here? Manasia, is she here? Oh,
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just having issues with my camera.
that's okay. Oh, while you
Hi,
figure that out.
Kelly. I'm Victoria, and I go to Hewlett High School on Long Island, and I've been to Israel one time with my family, so I'm very excited to go.
And this is her sister.
I'm Elizabeth, and same story as hers.
Hi, Elizabeth and Victoria. Kaylee.
Hi, my name is Kaylee. I went to LaShawn and I'm from California.
Welcome. I don't see any other videos, so you're all welcome to say hello. Lorenzo, Afiq, Yvonne, Alexandra. Okay, no pressure. We can continue. So excited to meet everyone again in person over Zoom. And hopefully today is the first day of the connections that you're going to build with this group and in Israel. I'm so excited. Okay, so that concludes our presentation. And now we want to open it up to you. You have my email address. Every email that comes from me. This is Valerie's email address. Feel free to email one or both of us or shoot us a text. Like she said, we are really always available. It's now 8:40 p.m. our time and here we are because we're so excited. So now we're going to open it up to you. Feel free to take yourselves excuse me, off mute if you have any questions. Maybe we didn't go over something.
All questions are welcome from participants or from parents. And again, this is just the first encounter, so.
More to come.
We have a question about the medical form.
Yes.
So Kalman has his medical appointment actually on Thursday.
Amazing.
We just like get the doctor to send in, the form that they just usually send out.
Yeah, that would be great. Perfect. Kalman, right on time. You knew this
Yeah.
was coming. This is perfect.
Exactly. Perfect.
Perfect. Any other questions? We want you to feel really good and ready and
Ask
excited.
anything.
So I also give me a thumbs up if you still want to go on this trip with us. It's good news. Me too. Two from me. Okay. Give you guys another minute if you think of something. If something comes up after we hang up, feel free to shoot us a message. This meeting is being recorded, so I will be sending this out along with all the other really fun information that's coming your way. We're here for you. We cannot wait for this trip with your kids. This is a really good group, very diverse from all over, and I'm really excited for you guys.
I have a question.
Sure.
Hi. So when you guys are going to extracurricular activities that are in cities or whatnot, is it transportation by bus?
Great question. Yes, it's transportation by bus. And we reserve the bus when we have the tours. So the bus gets us in, the bus gets us out. We're not taking public transportation with the teens.
And is there like a guard on the bus? I'm just remembering when I went to Israel and I did one of these tours, there was an armed guard everywhere we went. Do you guys have the same thing? Is there some kind of security when you leave?
Yes, yes, there is security when we leave. Yes. For the trips, there is security. I mean, there is security on the village, and then on the trips, there is also security. Just separate. That's what it.
Yeah. Okay.
And were you doing any overnight trips or no?
So we are planning to do an overnight. I'll be transparent. I'll tell you that there is a place that we loved in Mitzpeh Ramon, towards Beersheba in the desert. And the first year we went was absolutely amazing. And then when we went last year, I guess business is not going so well. So we didn't love the experience. So we are looking for an alternative. Most likely we'll go for an overnight in the desert as long as we can find like a suitable place at that time. So
Amazing.
guys, if you think of something else, now is the time, or be in touch.
Do I give them money with them, like in shekels, dollars, credit cards, iPhone, Apple Pay? Like, what
So
do I carry with them?
So we're gonna send you a detailed packing list and all that cash. I wouldn't give more than $500, right? Definitely, and it's like it's a lot, right? Give definitely credit card, or if there is Apple Pay. Other than the markets, which will probably go to at least one market, and even there they now accept credit cards, but do give some cash. We're going to exchange cash. Card is the king, so.
But it's mostly shekels, right?
No, you give dollars. Well, they'll have time to change money. Usually when we get in the airport, we just do it there because it's easy. And by the way, we're like 10 minutes away from the airport. The village is located very conveniently. That it's right in the center of the country. So whether we go to Tel Aviv or Jerusalem, it's very nearby. It's within 1 hour with traffic.
Who holds on to all of their passports? Are they holding on to their own passport?
We are holding on to their passports.
Okay.
When we get there, we collect the passport, we put the passports, we could put them in the safe room, and then we return them the passports. Okay. But guys, you have to be responsible on this trip. This is a trip for people who are going to college in a few years, and you will have a lot of responsibilities. We are there to make sure that you're okay. We're not there to babysit you. You're coming to be an adult and to teach others English and be role models.
Hi, Lala. I see she joined. She's there.
Hi.
Okay. So, well, good night for those of you on the East Coast. Hope everybody who's on the West Coast will have a wonderful dinner time, and to be continued. We'll be in touch very soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. How do you, oh, here, leave the meeting.